So I'm currently still blasting after the game has gone live. Currently I am Paragon level 126 and comfortably farming Torment 2, basically just waiting until I get enough resistances and armor to go into Torment 3 because my damage is actually insane. But let's actually start at the beginning of everything. We did have a short delay of about 5 hours or so, which actually was quite rough because I changed the sleeping pattern to accommodate the 1 a.m. launch, and then I sat there bored to death for like 5 hours until the servers actually went live. But then it went actually buttery smooth. I went through the campaign really fast. The speed leveling guide that is also up on the YouTube channel, which is also going to be linked down in the description below, was extremely helpful. The stronghold strategy paid off tremendously well. Doing all of this on hardcore was absolutely no problem. Spiritborn is just blasting. You have so many stats in defense without actually investing quite a lot of it, and that obviously scales the higher up you go. But actually, an amazing class. I'm having a blast. I'm very much looking forward to what is to come for the next couple of months, seasons for Spiritborn. It's going to be very interesting. But here are my learnings. The Seething Opals are extremely overpowered. They are very useful for your account, and you should ideally go and do the Realm Walker after the campaign to get like some Seething Opals going, have the economy there, and then use the Seething Opal not only for the 15% experience, that is, by the way, stacking with your pots and your incenses, but also use this for the material income or gold income, or later the boss materials income, and just basically min-max your income of these said mats and basically target your weakest or lowest amount of those materials, therefore bringing up your whole account value and not creating a bottleneck that way. So very important to go do these Realm Walkers, and afterwards you are actually going to be blasting the pit and also the nightmare dungeons in Torment 1. When you are in Torment 1 for the pit, there is going to be a shortage of Artificer's Stone, which is going to be completely eliminated as soon as you are farming the pit on tier 2. So you only have to really slog through the tier 1 pit with doing nightmare dungeons and kind of like offsetting the loss of the Artificer's Stones, and kind of like ping pong around, do like 5-6 nightmare dungeons, do some pits, and then upgrade your glyphs to 15, bring them up a little bit at the one after the other to 15, and then go back and do some nightmare dungeons again after you have run out of Artificer's Stone. But as I said, this is not going to be a problem in Torment 2 because you're going to self-sustain the Artificer's Stone with the income that you also get from the pit in tier 2. Very important tip as well for the renown. Do not focus that much on it actually while you are starting to get your character going. What you should instead do actually, you should keep an eye out on whispers in Nahantu and see if, for example, you get lucky and a whisper is going to be in a dungeon that you haven't completed yet for the renown. So for example, let's say I did not complete this one and this one actually lights up as a whisper. You should instantly stop what you're doing and do that to not only cash in on the whisper reward, but also passively work on your renown. As you can see here, I have not really targeted the renown in Nahantu at all, and I'm basically already done because I still have a stronghold open, a waypoint, and some areas undiscovered, and I only lack 220 points. And I never really went out of my way to actually do the renown and basically let the whispers dictate when I am going to get the renown, because those 4 Paragon points, they are not really going to make or break your character. Actually, I'm very curious about your experience of day 1. As I said, I'm having a blast. What about you? Please leave your comments, positive or negative, in the comments. I am really curious how Vessel of Hatred and the updates that came with Season 6 are actually received by you guys. Another great tip is also to have an eye out for the experience wells. You can see it on the minimap right here. I have already taken mine. If you have those and you come across them, invite your friends so they can actually come to your instance, click on the experience well, and then profit off of the buff. They do stack with your Seething Opals, your incenses, your pots, so they are extremely lucrative and definitely worth the little detour for your friends to actually go into your instance and click on the XP wells and then go back. This is going to be an immense help if you keep doing that and have 1 XP well up permanently. Another crazy important thing is actually doing the bosses already in Torment 1 and Torment 2. I have gone and done the Beast in the Ice and also Grigoire together with Woody, and we basically only killed, I think, 6 bosses in total. And he got the item he wanted to make his build super strong, and so did I. We basically swapped the helmets because I got the one he wanted, he got the one that I wanted. We swapped the helmets and went our way again. This was extremely fast and it was super worth because it instantly improved our character tremendously. So do not sit on your boss materials until you are in tier 3 or tier 4 because you are actually going to be swimming in those, because you're also going to be using the Opal of Torment that I currently don't have, and you will actually gain a lot of boss materials passively. With the changes to the difficulties, it's extremely important to have a sustain of armor and resistance income, so to say. What do I mean by this? Not only are you getting better gear over the course of the time, with, for example, all res on the rings is very important, but you are also getting armor and res on your Paragon boards. And as you can see, for example, right here, I currently need some more armor and some more res to finally break into Torment 3. So I'm actively ignoring the glyph socket right now because the damage is not my problem. I do need the defenses, so I'm straight up pathing to the defense modifiers like the all-res or the armor to help me offset the loss of the Torment 3 with the 250 armor minus and 25 minus all resistance. And as soon as I have filled up this cluster, I am going to be pathing over to this one to get even more resistances and life because, as I said, damage currently is absolutely no problem. And then afterwards, I will only start pathing to the damage nodes, but definitely prioritize your defenses because it's actually very easy if you are following the previous tips to get your damage numbers up. I am currently having a blast with the expansion. Spiritborn, as I already said, feels amazing. The build with the quill volleys is fantastic. You're dashing across the whole battlefield, never running out of essence. The Rod of Kapeleke definitely helps a lot. And yeah, I'm having the time of my life. The game is just in such a good state. The progression feels so well. You're the right amount of challenged every time, but the challenge seems reasonable. You can actually go and master the challenge ahead and fix your resistances, get that little bit of a gear upgrade, get that a little bit more damage to reach that next torment tier, and everything just flows so well together. You go a little bit into nightmare dungeons, do the nightmare dungeons a little bit, get your artificer stone, then you go pit to level up your glyphs. You're also gaining paragon points at the same time, which you are going to use to get your armor and resistances up. And it's just such a nice gameplay flow that they have achieved with Vessel of Hatred. If you're interested in seeing how I am currently doing and how our rush to T4 hardcore Dark Citadel is going, I suggest you check out the Twitch, which is going to be linked down in the description below. And if you like content similar to this, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.